comments. So,
Sorry.
first of all, we're honored to have so many dignitaries here, and I guess Dad's honored that they are mostly conservative too. We'll start off. The Honorable Peter Van Loon is the MP for York Simcoe, and if he could come up here, Peter, and I've got
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here for this auspicious occasion, the 90th birthday of John Fennelle, after whom Fennelle's Corners was named, of course. And John has been, I don't need to tell anybody here, you all know he's been not just a fixture in this community and a character, but an important pillar. He's contributed a great deal over the years. I have always appreciated John, particularly for his rather dry and sardonic wit. I'm told he's a conservative, though some days I can't tell. But that's because he's equal opportunity in the application of his sardonic wit, which we all appreciate. But he has made a great difference in this community for many, many years, and that's obviously confirmed by the fact that this is literally a standing room only room right now. People who are here showing their appreciation to you and all that you have done. I have a small plaque to provide. It says, "Greetings from your Member of Parliament, John Fennelle, 90th birthday, June 25th, 2016. And I'm not sure if that means Mackenzie King was Prime Minister when you were born or something like that. Mackenzie King was in and out. There was a little bit of Arthur Meehan around then too, so I'm not quite sure. But in any event, Mackenzie King around then actually also represented the constituency of York North, which was developed into York Central nowadays. So this side was a little more reliable, I should say. But in any event, it says, "Congratulations on the occasion of your 90th birthday. Let this be an event filled with joy, friends, and family as you recall many memories and events in a remarkable life. Congratulations on this special day, and best wishes for many more enjoyable years." And signed by me, Peter Van Loon. Congratulations.
We'll go through the dignitaries first, I guess, and then there's others from other.
What do you want to rebuttal to?
We got the MPP for this area, York Simcoe. That's Julia Monroe. Would you come up, Julia?
Well, thank you very much, and I'm delighted to be able to join all of you today to pay special tribute to John Fennelle. I think most of us aspire on some days, I say some days, to reach the age of 90. On other days, we're not so sure. But I think that a look at John's life demonstrates what kind of opportunities lie ahead for any of us who are ready to take on the challenge. And when you look at the various ways in which John has contributed to this community and the community at large, it's a role model for all of us. I think that it looks like something that we could all undertake to look at the ways by which we can influence our community. And so I think the most important thing that we can say to John today is how much we value his qualities of leadership and of commitment, and ones that we would like to emulate. Thank you very much.
1981, so he still gets out to the wardens whenever they have a picnic. He seems to show up there all right. So. Anyway, Jerry Marshall.
Thank you very much. I can share that John does show up for our annual euchre tournaments, and he's still quite the politician. He put me on the hot spot last year in a couple of things that he thought was absent from the county at this end of the county, so he put me on the hot seat for a little bit for sure. But I love coming to these, because you know, you think about 90 years ago, you know, John comes into life in this empty pond, and he's the only pebble in it that causes a ripple. 9 generations later, here's the effect of that ripple: friends, family, and good times and good memories. So you know, when I come to these, I just certainly enjoy them. Everyone's different, everyone's celebrating, and everybody, you know, the friendships and the bonds and the feeling in the rooms are always warm and wonderful. So I love coming to these things, and it's great to come to these events and sit here and look at some of the friendships that you make politically. And we got Dennis Ruffley as past warden here as well, and some of our Art Stewart's in here as well. Art was a past warden of the county of Simcoe, and so I see these friendships and bonds that lifelong commitments to one another. So congratulations on your 90th birthday. Thank you so much for all you've done for the county of Simcoe. We carry on some of your good work today, and certainly here in Bradford, West Gwillimbury, your impact are still felt, I can tell, in the room here. So happy birthday, John, and enjoy the rest of the day.
The guys he did go out with, it seemed like whoever kept score always won. The same with you, where you keep dealing until someone catches you. I don't know where to put that up. Anyways, with Robert Kempers, Mayor of Bradford, West Gwillimbury, and he knows Dad from, I went to school with Robert and his wife Jean, and Rob's dad was a good buddy. Bruce was a good buddy of my dad, so it goes back a long way for farming and all. So Robert, will you come up please?
It is a pleasure to be here on behalf of the town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury. I am wearing the chain of office. I don't wear it very often, but for special occasions I do wear it, and for John Fennelle's 90th birthday, that is a special occasion, so I'm glad to be here. So I'm honored to be here today for John's 90th birthday. The Fennelle family has a deep history of municipal leadership. John's great-grandfather and father were both members of West Gwillimbury Council. John carried on this tradition as a member of West Gwillimbury Council for 16 years, serving as Reeve and the Warden of Simcoe County in 1982. I'd like to recognize some fellow councillors. Bob Sturgeon is here, who sat on council with John, as well Art Jantz and Bob Hamilton. I'm not sure if they're here or not. And both my father and my father-in-law sat on council with John. Now, John has never given up the rural life. He's still farming. Over the years, John milked a herd of Guernsey cattle and had Leicester sheep. He still continues to show his sheep on the fair circuit at the Royal Winter Fair. And this last year was a proud moment when he had champion ram over all the sheep breeds at the Royal Winter Fair. So quite an accomplishment. If you've ever been in the Walmart parking lot in the morning and heard a sheep baying, chances are that it was John. Sheep in the back of the pickup truck, waiting for him to finish his coffee at McDonald's in the morning. And then the sheep probably went to the car wash just to get toned up for the next show that was happening. John has been the general manager of the International Plowing Match, wrote a book called Godspeed the Plow, served on the Georgian College Board of Directors. He was a master of the Bradford Masonic Lodge, a faithful member of the church, and he plays euchre every chance he gets. So quite a community person, quite a person that is involved and wants to make our town better. So I'm joined here by members of council. I have Councillor Peter Perugini, Ron Orr, Gary Baines, Gary Lamb. If you want to just come up for a photo. And I do have a certificate. The Corporation of the Town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury conveys sincere congratulations and best wishes to John Fennelle on the occasion of your 90th birthday. Congratulations.
Pretty well political end of it. There's a few others that like to. Doug Savage is the general manager of Markham Fair. He would like to say a few words, please.
Thank you. On behalf of Markham Fair, John Fennelle's been a part of Markham Fair for a number of years showing his sheep. A lot of young ones at the fair showing sheep. John will show up in the pickup truck with some hay tied in the back. We have to make sure he gets unloaded in case someone's there watching, because they're not supposed to jump more than 18 inches down off the truck. We won't mention who those are. He always enjoys the little blue room. We have our tea in there. But anyway, I can tell you all kinds of stories. We don't play euchre, but we do have our tea, don't we, John? So on behalf of Markham Fair, John, I have a plaque here. I can read to you. It just states, "Happy birthday, John Fennelle, 90 years young. Congratulations from all your friends at Markham Fair. And I hope he can continue to do what he does. Thank you."
Here. So, if you don't play it, I'll take it. Whilst we're on the fairs and that, last November, Dad was fortunate enough, or no, it's not fortunate. He's just a really good sheep breeder. And last year he had the Supreme Champion ram at the Royal Winter Fair, and that's no small accomplishment. He's, I think, maybe 30 years ago was the last time you had something like that. Before my time, anyways. They sent a nice plaque in recognition of that, and we'll put it out in front. You can have a look at that. So they've been pretty good doing the Royal, 90 years, and his father, a letter. Oh yeah, right. There's a letter too. I haven't got my glasses. Oh yeah, I do. On behalf of the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair, we want to extend our congratulations on your 90th birthday. Your family history and the Royals' history of champions have been intertwined for decades. Your father showed horses at the Royal in 1924. Spanned 91 years of Fennelle involvement, and the Royal has only been around 94 years, so thank you for being a loyal Royal. And then a small token, here's the plaque. Signed Chief Executive Officer Charlie Johnstone. Okay. We're going to work on a room on your wall to hang all these things, Dad. You're going to have to get some sort of a nail gun to drive them all over this. I was kind of confused. I always knew that octogenarian was 80 and 100 was a centenarian, something like that, centurion. But I never knew what 90 was. So I had to look it up, and it's a nonagenarian. It's someone from 90 to 99. So remember that, Dad. Yesterday you were an octogenarian, so today's his actual birthday, so. And where is it? Oh yes, got a letter. There was a note, I didn't tell Dad, but the Queen generally doesn't issue plaques or diploma type things for until you're 100, and then she does. But because Dad has always been a faithful subject of the realm, and they celebrate, they're both 90 this year. So I left it at home, but I went like, John, you've always been special to my heart. Sorry I couldn't make it there. But she's going to try and get for the 100. We have one here from birthdays are an occasion to reflect upon life's many joys, all of which form who we are today. It is a chance to celebrate the accomplishments that we have made through hard work and determination, the wisdom we have gained through experience, and most importantly, the unique people we have met along the way of this incredible journey. This is pretty profound, actually. It is therefore my pleasure to join your family and friends in wishing you a very happy 90th birthday, as well as many more years of happiness. Yours sincerely, David Johnson, Governor General of Canada. Is from Prime Minister Trudeau. John Fennelle, it is a great pleasure to send you best wishes and warmest congratulations on the occasion of your 90th birthday. And Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, Ottawa, 2016. So, does somebody want to do this one out? Years ago, maybe? And Jackie works there, so this was a hard to resist photo op for her. So I didn't think they could get 14 by 25 pictures made, but anyways, I'll send it out to anyone gives me the email address. That's pretty well all the speech making and that. It just there's a few people. We've got cousins. We got cousins from the Sioux that are here. Dad's sister, Doris, is here. She's not going to be giving a speech today. So we got a nephew from Mexico here. There's 3 grandkids from BC here. The only one of those missing is my son, and he's over in China, so he couldn't quite make it. But he'll be home in a month, though. And there's friends. There's friends I can't even see from here out the door. So maybe we'll shut this down so that people can mingle again. And I'd just like to thank the staff here at the Presbyterian Church for the lovely spread they put on and the punch. I forgot my flask. I was gonna. They don't make it all cool anymore, I don't think. Anyways, that's a good job, and for getting it all set up. And oh well, wait a minute. Do you want to say something then? Okay, here's the start of the show.
I didn't know that Ron was going to be the master of ceremonies today. Usually it goes to the eldest in in the family, but anyway, it's...
I'll give you radius.
I guess thought, well, we'll give Ron a chance, and Ron, you do a good job, Ron. You know, you're a bit scary when you get up here. What you're going to say and that, but anyway, you did a nice smooth. Sure, a great occasion. I didn't realize I had so many friends, and that it's just wonderful that the turnout today to help me celebrate my 90th birthday. It's been a long road, but it's been a very enjoyable life. I've been very fortunate that I've had good health along the way. I think I've worked hard. At least the boys said sometimes I was the boss and didn't do too much, but they didn't know that I always said, you know, in the farming that we always had a couple of workers working for us, and I always said to them when they started, you know, anything that I ask you to do, I said, I've done that job myself. So don't think that I don't know what it's like. I can fork manure or pitch hay with any of you. So that was my motto. And another thing that I always thought that my dad told me, he said, you know, I've been in the head of the organizations, the Plowman's Association, I was Board of Governors at Georgian College and different organizations, and he always said, you know, don't think that that being head of something goes to your head. You know, he said, you always remember the same harness will fit another horse. There's always somebody. There's always somebody, and when you're in politics, you always have to remember that there's always somebody that would trying to push you out. And, so when you get to the top, sometimes it's a bit lonely because you know that there's people there that maybe want to take your job. But anyway, I have had quite a good career in politics and you know all the other functions. I'm very pleased to see a lot of my sheep friends here today. They, of course, I've been in the showing sheep for something like 60 years, I guess, or more, and some of my sheep friends are here today. A lot of my friends that I played euchre with, did euchre and regular euchre, they're here today. My cousins and nephews and all my past wardens are represented here today. Just a tremendous gathering of my friends that I've made through the years. When I was manager of the Plowman's Association for some 11 years, I had made a lot of acquaintances, and of course, being the general manager and having to make a lot of decisions at times, you lost a few friends, but anyway, I have a lot of friends all over Ontario that I still remember, and some I keep in touch with that worked with me when I was the manager of the Plowman's Association. it was nice to see Doug Savage here today. Doug is an old friend from Markham Fair, and actually in Markham Fair, I have a rather interesting story. In Markham Fair, my grandfather drove a team of Clydesdale horses with the sheep in the box or in the wagon. He left home at midnight and drove to Markham Fair. He'd ride there at approximately 7 o'clock in the morning. He would show the Clydesdale horses, show the sheep, and also plow that day. So there were three different functions that day. The early fairs had a plowing match in conjunction with them. So that was quite a feat to leave home at midnight, arrive 5 miles an hour, 35 miles, 5 miles an hour the team would travel at, and ride there at 7 in the morning and have those three functions and then come home that night. My dad showed sheep on the circuit, and he would start up at Owen Sound, Meaford, Collingwood, Barrie, and then he made arrangements with the conductor or the conductor on the train that they would slow the train down enough for him to jump off at the bottom of our line, and he would walk up and get the team and wagon and pick the sheep up. They'd take them off at Bradford, and he'd take the team and wagon down to Bradford and bring them home. So they slowed the train down enough for him to be able to jump off at the bottom of the line. It was only a 3/4 of a mile walk up to the farm. So that's so the railway was pretty good. But in those days, they catered to agriculture. I have out here an old friend, Bill Guardhouse, and Bill Guardhouse is a great friend of mine. He's a competitor, and he's a damn tough competitor too. We spar in the ring. Sometimes he wins more often than I do, but anyway, we have a good friendship. And Ann Moffat, another sheep breeder, is here today too, and we're in competition. So, but after, as Doug Savage says, you know, when we show at Market Fair, we have a little room there where we have an after-hours social, and it's very, very interesting. We're competitors in the ring, but when we get back in the little tent, why, it's everything goes. We set aside all the competitions back then. So it's great to be here today, and I sure appreciate you coming and helping me celebrate my 90th birthday, and I hope you enjoy yourself, Ingle, and visit with all your friends here, and I'll be circulating around, and so other than that, I think that's enough speeches. I don't like to see going on speeches too long. A couple of pictures that I want to have taken. So when I call out your names, don't hang back, come up, and we'll get it over with. But the first picture I'd like was a picture of myself and my 5 children. Right.